Hello, my name is Zach Medlin. I'm a songwriter and union worker living in Olympia, Washington during the collapse of American society. This Saturday, I woke up to the news that yet another person had been murdered in the street by federal agents. In fact, it was the first thing that I saw when I opened up Instagram was footage of this man who was just trying to protect someone who had been pushed to the ground by an ICE agent. Being beaten and then shot 8, 9, or 10 times, executed in the middle of the street. I also learned later in the day that one of the most instrumental voices to my political awakening, Michael Parenti, the author and lecturer, had passed away at the age of 92. I felt, and still feel as many of us do, extremely disturbed by the video that I watched, and then several other videos, different angles of this person being executed by our government. Alex Pretti died doing what all of us should be doing, and may find ourselves doing more as ICE increases its presence in our cities and neighborhoods. But I want to take a minute to rewind and reflect on the deaths of Alex Pretti and Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, both of whom happened to be the same age, 37. What really stood out to me about these two individuals was how much they represent maybe the ordinary Minneapolis resident and the ordinary American. 37 seems to me like it struck me as the most average age. It's not old, it's not young. These two people were right in the middle of their lives. They didn't have outlandish jobs or views. They were literally just trying to act as legal observers and protect their neighbors. And that thought brings me back to Michael Parenti and one of my favorite quotes, if not my favorite, from one of his lectures. I'm going to read it in its entirety now. Democracy, brothers and sisters, democracy is a wonderful invention by the people over history to protect themselves from the power of wealth. That's what democracy was in Greece, and that's what democracy has been ever since. It's an invention of the people, nobody else but the people. There's no great philosopher that invented democracy. There's no great political theorist that thought about it and put it together. There's no great intellectual or writer or artist who created democracy. It was the mass of people, anonymous, ordinary working people, working women and working men, people who were trying to survive. They're the ones who fought for it. And they're the ones who gained whatever modicum of decency and security we might have in this inhumane capitalist system. That's from a lecture he gave titled Democracy in Popular Struggle in 1989, the year after both Alex Pretti and Nicole Renee Good were born. So I ask myself, what do we do with all this? And I think the real answer is sitting right in front of us. We were brought into a period of history where we must protect our neighbors and rebuild a better and more true democracy, an economic and political democracy for ourselves and for all of our brothers and sisters worldwide. We must learn from our past mistakes. We must not be inactive. We must unionize, and we must remember that people, us, you and I, we are the very stuff of power. This will not be undone by one protest or one day of action, but we all must refuse to accept this as the status quo. If your workplace is unionized, please encourage your union leadership to participate in work stoppages and general strikes as they happen, in solidarity with the people of Minneapolis and wherever else this is happening as time goes forward. If your workplace isn't unionized, it's time to get together with your fellow workers and start one. Please show up to a protest or march and do as much as you can to organize within your community to protect the people that they're going after. I want to end this video with a thank you to the martyrs, to Renee Nicole Good, to Keith Porter, to Alex Pretti, and to their families. Thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice, you ordinary working women and working men, to fight for our collective democracy and our collective liberation. We will remember you and the ones that came before you and the ones that have to come after you when this is all over. Thank you.